And so basically you're going to take your top. I'm just taking this one as example and just isolate it on an artboard. And literally all you have to do is pick it up like this and copy it, Control C. So for us PC users, it's Control C. So that's Illustrator. So I'm going to stop because now I'm going to go to Photoshop. Okay. Do you see me in Photoshop?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a couple of things. This is one of my students' work. And this is what's really fun about learning to begin to utilize both programs. And so I can't show you everything in all the programs because I'd put you to sleep, but we can really begin to have fun with this. So first off, let me just show you how to bring this in. Let's delete this. So number one, do remember that you should try to have a figure that's close to the way your drawing is, but you can do a little bit of a distortion. So for instance, this is, you know, he has a jacket on. It would have been better to find him without a jacket, right? And so that's one of the things that's important to remember, that, you know, when you are finding things, try to find something that's going to give you the ability to, let me get this down so I can see this. You know, so that you can be, so this is sort of like the ideal shot. So that's why it's important to look at your drawings and then have whoever you're taking a photograph of to, and, you know, it's good to have them have, you know, short sleeves on or whatever to be able to give you the bare arms or the bare legs. So anyway, so what you do, let me just delete this so you can see it. What you're going to do is Control V in here. So one thing is, once you have your pictures, you often have this locking. Just double click that. Double click that, it unlocks it, right? So we'll come back to here. And that's what I did over on this layer. It was locked before. And then you simply do, but make sure you create a layer, because Photoshop will not make another layer. Illustrator always makes layers for you. In Photoshop, you have to make the layer. So you want to make the layer down here, which is just adding another layer. And then, of course, you do Control V. So when you go Control V, what you want is pixels. You get all kinds of things, but you really, for this tool, you really want pixels. And you get this big box, and what it's saying is, do you want this? And you go, yes, double click it. Or you can hit the check up here. So I just double click. Now we have this, and what you want to do is, the next tool in Photoshop is what we call the scale and rotate tool. And that is over here under Edit, and it's free form. And free form is Control T. So I usually don't remember shortcuts, but when it's a shortcut that you do all the time, which is scale and rotate, one does that all the time, you remember it. So I'm going to do Control T on my object, Control T. And in Photoshop, you don't have to put the Shift key down when you scale. And if you hover over it, you'll get the nice kind of thing like this. And what I'm trying to do is get this so that it fits just in her body. So I'm going with the neck. And the arms are a little level there because that arm is up. And then you double click again. Okay. And so now you can bring this in to be better quality. And the way to do that, I will show you afterwards. Okay. That was just a copy and paste, but you can bring it in as a PSD. And I will show you how to do that. And that's under export. But what I want to show you, which I want you to play with, is this tool up here. This is under Edit up here, under Edit, and it's called Puppet Warp. And what it does, just to show you close, whoops, I lost my Z key. And you can hit Escape to get out of it. So I want to zoom in a little bit more so you can see this. So you see how it's pixelated. This would be better if I had brought this in as a PSD, and that's what I'll show you instead of the copy paste. So up here, I'm on my layer, as you can see. Don't need that one. My layer's here. And I come up here to Puppet Warp. And what you're trying to do is you're going to lock it down, and you can actually move things like this. You see how I'm stretching it? You can actually get in there and stretch it so that it fits to your actual body that you want it to be. So you see I'm moving this down, and you can, kind of get things to be what you want it to be. And again, I'll show you where you can get the better quality. And this is a fairly new tool, and it's just incredibly awesome. So you see, I want to bring this in. And this is how you can actually get, and this is trying to, it makes all these points. So you cannot add a new pin because it's too close to the existing pin. So you can undo. Is it going to give me? And then escape, and it will keep. Whoop, don't do escape. Go back. Up. I hit escape. I didn't want to do that. You want to double click it, and it will take it. So I'll do this again. Undo free transform. No, redo free transform. There, we got it back. Okay, let's do this again. Back to the layer. On the layer, make sure you're on the layer. Puppet Warp. And interesting, they don't really, so then you want to lock it down. And then you can move it. And so you see it gives you a little bit of a rotation on there. And again, it doesn't want it to be added to that. And it doesn't let you do it's not good with undos, as you can see. And let's get this on. Any questions? And then up here, you see, this is what I didn't do. I hit escape. Now, double click should also do it, but I'm going to hit accept. And then it accepts it. So then I can go back again. And you don't want to, you want to get it to the center. And then you see you can move it around. You plot it first, and then you move it around. So you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm contorting it so it matches the figure that you have. And then again, don't forget this check, say okay. And so that this way, when you zoom out, you're actually getting your designs on a photograph. And if it's your friends or yourself, it looks really nice because you've taken the photograph, which is good. And then I'll show you things, how to clean up the background. So try to, if you can, use a white sheet behind things or a solid color of anything. But if you use the magic eraser on this one, you can get rid of the background. And when you can get rid of the background, then you can bring in anything that you want. And so things like this one is really fun. You can begin to bring your designs right onto anything that you want it to be. Because you can remember, you can find the silhouette to put your clothes on. So that's why it's important for that. So I'm going to stop my share and go back into Illustrator to show you the export and show you the difference. Any questions so far? So this is your assignment this week, is to number one, take the photographs, take the top that you have, make some iterations that we talked about. And so over here, what I can do is I can come up here export as a PSD, and let's call this top for Photoshop. Okay. And so it's making a Photoshop file, and then I can open this. Always good to open up your files here. There we go. And so now you see how good the resolution is. Now this happens because this was bad resolution, a low resolution. So you always have to be careful when you're bringing photographs into Illustrator, because it's really, you have to have very good quality. Otherwise you get this kind of pixelization on there. And this way you can bring this up and bring this into your picture like this. So you would zoom out, let's fit on screen. It grabbed everything, as you can see. So you can delete what you don't want. You can pull this down, your tab, and then you can grab what you want as far as what you want to bring it into.
I don't see anything.
Ah, thank you for saying something.
Like, I just saw the shirt, but you were saying, did we see you moving stuff? And I didn't see anything going on.
So there you go, Nani. That's, well, you got to speak up because I thought I was sharing. Sorry, everyone.
At first, I thought, like, during the beginning, it was my computer glitching. So that's why I didn't say anything. But after a while, I saw that your lips were moving, but the screen wasn't. So I was like, my computer's not glitching.
So but this one, yeah, your computer. So this one, what I did, I didn't go to Photoshop. I didn't share Photoshop. So, so that one is what happened on there. So now, can you see me now?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, good. So, so now, as I have here, I'm grabbing my image on this, and you can drag and drop it right into here. And you see now it's much better quality. So that's why I showed you the aspect that you can really get the object to be smaller, I mean, better quality. So that copy and paste, as you had said with Kimberly, with Kim, that's what happens on there. Is it makes a PSD here. Let me just get this to be back to what it was. There we go. You can do a place. That's another way to bring it in. Let's do that. Let's do a place. Place embedded. And there it is on there. And it does bring everything over, as you can see. So the quality is a lot better. So I'll stop this now because it's time to wrap it up. But definitely remember that, you know, any of your designs you can wrap onto a photograph, and that recorded the last one we just did with the Puppet Warp. So you'll have lots of fun with that.